Hello people, you're welcome back to this channel, and today we are going to be doing I'll be dropping a very quick video on actually how to install your Kali Linux in a VMware. Okay, and this is going to be a comprehensive step-by-step guide. And why I'm saying this is because I'm going to take it from the first thing that you're going to do, like from the first to the last, and you watch me do everything all through the steps. All right, and what you need to know actually about VMware is VMware it's a technology that gives you your own environment, your own networked environment that you can actually test your hands on, can actually get your hands dirty on. What I'm saying, or what I'm talking about, is you can actually go ahead and try every hack that you've learned. If you need to break security, if you need to penetrate any machines, you can set everything up on your VMware and it will look like a real world scenario. It will look like real world machines that you'll be hacking. And this was made because hacking into a system that you are not permitted to, or you're not authorized to hack into, is really illegal. Okay, so you don't have to hack into people's system except it's yours. And the way to actually get the feel of the real world scenario is by using a VMware. So when you have your own environment, you can actually play around, try every hack that you've learned, more especially from online or from Cyberwatch's Academy. Now, the prerequisite actually before starting the installation process, what you need to ensure you have is a VMware workstation or VMware Fusion installed on your system. And also you need to download the Kali Linux ISO file from the official website. Yes, you need to have downloaded the VMware workstations. Okay, if you go to Google, you go ahead to their official website and you download. Just go to Google, you type VMware and download, and it will take you to their website. Then also do the same to Kali Linux, and it will also take you to the website where you will download the Kali Linux ISO file. Okay, there are two different types of the Kali Linux. You may see the VMware version, okay, but I prefer using the ISO. All right, and I think it is about 3.9 gigabyte in size. So you go ahead and download the files, then you can continue with it. So after you've downloaded the VMware and you have installed the VMware, the next thing you need to do is to go ahead and install your Kali Linux on the, should I say on or in now, the VMware. Okay, so and actually here I try to start saying in VMware you need to you go ahead and click file, new virtual machine, then do select typical configurations and choose installer disk image and all that. Okay, but from here I would love us to actually go to my system and start the whole process of installing our Kali Linux. Of course, I have installed my own VMware version of VMware, so there's no need I download that again. Okay, So let me try to get to my desktop. Okay, let me try to get to my desktop. Alright, so oh, it went back again. So okay, let me do this. So you know, everything I do, I like to do them the way that you will understand. Okay, I wouldn't want to be cutting videos so you won't see what so that you yourself, you know that yeah, there might be some things, hitches that one may come across. Okay, so hold on. So I'm trying to see how I can minimize this. Okay, so let's go ahead and minimize this also. So here is my version of VMware. Okay, you can go ahead and download any version of VMware. So when I double click it, it will come up, and as soon as it comes up, we'll start the process of actually installing the Kali Linux. Okay, now my Kali Linux, look at it here. I downloaded it and I kept it here. Alright, so we'll be accessing this very folder or directory later. So let me bring back my VMware. Okay, so if you check here now, after you've installed your VMware, all these guys you're seeing here, you will not see them. Okay, all these guys, you will not actually see them. Alright, because I have installed a couple of things. Okay, like you see Kali Linux, Metasploitable, Windows Server 2012 R2, Windows 7, DVWA, which is them vulnerable web applications, you know, and all of that. Okay, but in your case, you're not going to see anything here. So if you, after you've installed your VMware, your version of VMware, and you don't see all these things you're seeing here, don't be amazed, don't be scared. Okay, just follow what we are going to be doing tonight and today, and you will actually get you start getting your virtual machines here. Okay, so I will go ahead and okay, let me close these guys. One after the other. Okay, let me close these guys one after the other. Okay, now this is what you should see. So what we're going to be doing now is, I'll go ahead, look at this. We have three I will say, I call them buttons here. Now this is the second one. The first one says create a new virtual machine. The other one says open a virtual machine and connect to a remote server. So this is what we're going to be using. And also, if you notice, you see that my system everywhere is black. Okay, it doesn't matter. What I did is I turned on the contrast. Okay, so it will be dark, since I am always on the system. I need to protect my eyes a whole lot. Okay, so if you want to actually do that, what you need to do is you go here. Okay, you go to your settings, like you type settings like this. All right, so when the settings comes up like this, you go ahead and go to personalize. Okay, let's wait for it. Okay, see, go to personalization here, this very guy here. When you click on personalization, you wait for it to come up like this, then you go down and you see high contrast. When you click on high contrast, this is where you can toggle it on or off. So in my case now it's on. Okay, let me toggle it off. So the system will go back to its original form, so it won't be confusing anyone. All right, so this is it. So it's toggled off now. So let me minimize this. All right, so as we go ahead, you see that everything will start turning back to their normal colors. All right, So I'll go ahead and click on create a virtual machine. Alright, I do not intend to keep this video too long. Okay, so let's just go ahead now. You see this environment, this very dialog box, now it's now white, okay, instead of black. So now we can see, I know we can see better now. So the first option is typical, recommended. You see create a workstation, this virtual machine in a few easy steps. Okay, when you go to custom, you might need to set some things yourself, but go ahead and click typical. You see recommended, so that's good enough. Go ahead and click next. All right, now what are we trying to do? We are trying to add, to install a new system on the virtual machine. In that case, we'll be having another computer, another system, another operating system on our hosts, like on our host operating system. For example, our laptop, on your laptop or your system, and you have Windows 10 on it, we can have other Windows on them. Okay, like you see in this case, I have Windows 7. I can run Windows 7 on my Windows 10. I can run Metasploitable, Kali Linux, Ubuntu, any system at all, even Windows servers. You see, I'm running them on my Windows 10. So that's the work of the virtual machine. Okay, so, and it's also worthy of note at this point that you can also go ahead to use a virtual box, though there is going to be a little difference in some places, the way you, or what you need to do to install, to go through with the installation. But in this video we're using VMware. So what we'll do now, you see these options. You have install disk, okay, and the other one is installer disk image file. You see ISO. All right, so what you need to do is, if you want to install from a CD, maybe your version of Kali Linux is installed, is on the CD, installation file is on the CD, you go ahead and click here. But if it's an ISO file that is installed, or sorry, is downloaded on your machine, you come over here and click on this installation file. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is you go ahead and click on browse. All right, as soon as you click on browse, this window will pop up, and now we'll go ahead and locate where we actually kept the installation, sorry, the file, the Kali Linux file. So at this point I click on desktop. Of course it's on desktop automatically, so I will go ahead, I'll look for Kali Linux. So a very faster way to look for it is to click on any file or folder and click and press on your keyboard the first letter of the file or whatsoever you're looking for, and it's what Kali Linux is K. I'll now press on K. You see it takes me directly to this Kali Linux. So let me double click on it and open it up. So let me scroll down and look at it. Look at that version of the Kali Linux. If you see the ending, you see .iso. That's the .iso file now. So what I will need to do is click on it once and click on open, or double click on the file, and it will also go ahead to do the same thing. So I click on it and I click on open. Now you see that it's trying to actually load to recognize the kind of file that we have. It said could not detect which operating system is in the disk image. So do not be worried by this kind of caution. I can't call it error, but it's caution notice. Okay, so go ahead and click on next. Now at this point we want to install Kali Linux, so it is Linux. I will select Linux at this point, and I say version Ubuntu. Most times I like I will just leave it on Ubuntu. Okay, we have other versions when you click on it, but let's leave it on Ubuntu. All right, and I'll click on next. All right, and here this is where we'll give a name to it. Okay, so if you notice here, we'll have Kali Linux, Metasploitable 2, Linux, all these things. This is where you will name them. So in this case, let's go ahead, since I have Kali Linux already, let's go ahead and name this let's say Kali, let's say Kali. Okay, We can name it anything you want to name it: Kali Linux 2, Kali Linux, Kali Linux 3. But I just want to give it another name so it won't clash with what we have here already. Okay, so let's go ahead and say Kali Linux, okay, or Kali. All right, so I'll now go ahead and click on next. So at this point, this is where you choose the disk that you want to use for this virtual machine, okay, which is the Kali Linux. Here is 20 gig. Okay, so most times I think I always advise people from experience that you give the Kali Linux a good number of space, because most times when the space is slow and you don't run this configuration very well, it makes the Kali Linux very slow, okay, from experience. And but most times I like leaving it at 20. Then at this point I wouldn't want the disk, they say split virtual disk into multiple files. I wouldn't want that, so most times I go with store the virtual disk as a single file. Alright, so it will be going like that. So when I click next, at this point I go ahead and click on finish. Now as soon as you click on finish, it will bring you back here, but now open another page like this for you. That is a Kali Linux space on the virtual machine. So what you need to do now is, if you notice here, we have power on the virtual machine. So what you need to do, you go ahead and click on that link. Alright, you can either click on it or you click on this very button here. Alright, and still power the machine on. Is still the same thing. So now the machine is being powered on, so we are going to wait for it. Okay, like I said at the beginning of this class, or this tutorial, we will go through this thing together. Yes, so at this point it's here now. So you see what I just did, I just brought my mouse on it to now click on the blue button. That's how I can actually use my arrow key on the keyboard to navigate either up or down. Then any option that you want, you now press enter on your keyboard. Okay, let me say if you want to eject your mouse pointer, because if you notice now there is no mouse pointer here, so all you need to do is you press on the control button on your keyboard plus the alt. So it means you press them together. I just press alt and control together. You see, I can see my mouse, but when I click on it again, you see no mouse again. I'll go ahead and do the same pressing, it comes up. So when it's up like this, we see that even if you go ahead to press the arrow down and arrow up, nothing happens. Okay, but before you can actually change this control here, you click inside the machine, the virtual machine. So now that I clicked in the machine, all you need to do is you use this arrow key to actually scroll down. Okay, like I said, I wouldn't want this video to be too long, alright, else I would have gone through all these things here. But what we want to achieve in this video is actually to install Kali Linux on our virtual on our VMware. So excuse me. So what I need to do is I will use my arrow down and move down to the install option here. So actually, if it is the live, let me talk about it. If you put it on the live, the control on the live, and you press enter, the system, the Kali Linux will boot. It will boot down to the final point and it's ready for you to use. But in that case, the disadvantage of that is you will not, or let me say, you might not be able to save some your progress on while you're working. Okay, because it's running as live. Okay, so you might not be able to actually use your Kali Linux installation as compared to when you actually installed it. Okay, so there is a case where you have this Kali Linux on a CD. Okay, all you need to do is you slot the CD in your CD drive on your laptop, on your system, your desktop, and you go on live to boot from live. You see that you can even run the whole Kali Linux OS operating system on a CD without installing the Kali Linux on your machine. So when you come down here, this is a graphical install. In this case, you'll be shown some graphical interfaces, some I would say GUIs that you follow to now install the Kali Linux. But here we are going to use the command line installation. So while it's on install there, I'll go ahead and press enter. Now it's going to start the whole process of the installation right now. So like I said, I wouldn't want to be pausing this video. Okay, I want us to see how the whole thing works. Okay, also at this point I I am tempted to actually pause, then I will bring it back when it starts coming up, but now it's coming up. So this is how it's going to be, and you see that the installation is actually going on. Okay, so at this point it's asking us to actually select the language. So you see it's on English, so I'll go ahead and press enter. Now also here you go ahead and press United States, or choose anyone that you want. If it's other language, actually I'm using English, okay, so that's why I chose English and United States. So if it's another you want to use another language, you're free, go ahead and use another language. So at this point the keyboard configuration will follow the American English, so I press enter on that option also. So right now it's actually going through with the installation or preparing things, loading additional components and all that. You know, you see it's retrieving some components, some I'll say components actually. So that's how the installation will proceed. So let's wait for the installation or for the system to actually load all the components it will need for the installation process to be successful. And also while we are waiting for this very section to finish loading the components that we need to install, I want to talk about the fact that VMware will give you the playing environment. Like I've said before, it will give you a playing environment to try every hack that you've actually learned. Okay, you can try your hand, get your hands dirty, and there are a lot of virtual machines there that you can install. Like the way you are seeing it here, I have installed Windows 7 Metasploitable also is a vulnerable server that we can actually try, or you can actually try your hands upon to see how you can actually hack a server. Okay, and also, okay, let me press Control and Alt to eject my mouse. So also I install Windows Server 2012 and also Windows 7. So when you install all of them, all you need to do is you go ahead, you click on anyone, and you click on start machine. It will start. So on this very VMware, you can actually start a whole lot of machines. Like I can start Kali Linux running because it's going to be the attacker system. Okay, hold on, let's go back here and attend to this. So say host name, yes, let's leave Kali, and I'll press arrow down. You see that it was like this one. As soon as I press arrow down, it comes to the the continue. The red select prompt comes upon continue. You see, if I press arrow up, it goes up. If I press arrow down, it comes there. So you do that and press enter. It means you brought the control on continue and you press enter. Now it's saying what domain name. So the domain name, let's say kali.com. You can actually use anything. Okay, you can use your name. Okay, and say .com. I can say john.com. So but let me press arrow down again. Now it's on continue and I press enter. All right, and now it's saying what we should write the full name for the new user. Right, full name for the new user. Okay, if my name is John, I can say John. All right, if your name is anything at all, you can go ahead and write your name there. If your name is Thomas, if your name is Aliu, if your name is Abdul, you can go ahead and write your name there. Okay, but the full name here, let me go ahead and say let's say John. Okay, like I say, you can go ahead and write your name. Okay, now and I'll say, I'll press down arrow and I'll press enter to continue. So now you're saying username for your account. I can also go ahead to use John. I can go ahead to use CyberWatch. All right, anyone that you want to use. So let me also leave John there, and I'll press down arrow and I'll press enter. Now it's saying I should choose the password. Okay, I'll go ahead and choose my password. So password policy, though it's not strict here. I don't think it's strict in Kali. Okay, so I'm going to type my password. I'll do JOHN. Let me try John also as my password. Let's see whether it will go. I'll press arrow down twice. Okay, I pressed it down. I pressed the arrow down twice before it got to the control, got to the continue. So I'll press enter. It says I should type re-enter the password. So I'll say JOHN, which is John. I'll press it once, press it twice, press enter. Yeah, it actually accepted it. Yeah, so it says setting up the clock. All right, let's wait for it to set up the clock. Now at this point you can go ahead to select any zone, any country, like a zone that you want. So I'll just leave it at Eastern. Okay, you can go ahead and leave it on Central, so I'll leave it on Eastern and I'll press enter, because after the installation you can also go ahead or you have the privilege of changing all those values also. Okay, so like I was saying before, you can actually start up all these virtual machines that we have here at the same time. Everyone will be running, and you as the attacker, you'll be working from Kali Linux here, and all these other systems or virtual machines will be like remote systems. Okay, that you can actually hack. Okay, there will be like you're on your system, and all these other maybe this very one is in Russia, this other one is in US, this one is a system in Canada, this is a system, a server in Nigeria, and all that. So let's come back here again for a moment. So it's asking us the partition method. Okay, let's say guided and use entire disk. We'll press enter. Always remember that when you see the control, I'm using my arrow down and arrow up. So at this point, go ahead and press enter again, and it's saying all files in one partition recommended for new users. Okay, yes, actually let's put all files in one partition. So I'll go ahead and press enter. All right, so it's actually taking us to a partition disk area. Okay, now let's say finish partitioning and write changes to disk. Okay, we can do arrow up like that, but let's bring it down and select finish partition and write changes to disk, so that we allow Kali Linux to do its thing. Alright, so here they say write changes to disk. So on a normal day, you by default actually you see that the red control is on no. So when you press arrow left, it goes to right. If I press arrow right again, it goes to no. So let me press arrow right, because we actually want to make changes to the disk. So I will press enter. Now we're still in the process of installing Kali Linux here. Okay, so now it's installing the system. So now that it's installing the system, let me eject our cursor. So like I was saying, so this will be machines in any, it can be in organizations. Just assume them, imagine them as they are machines in organizations that are not with you, remote organizations, and this assume that this Kali Linux is the hacker's machine that is actually with you, which is the, the one that you are using to hack these other systems. So in that case, go ahead and start hacking all these other machines, all these other systems, like you are hacking in real world scenario. Okay, and you won't be caught because you were actually the one that configured all the systems. You installed them on your virtual box or your VMware. Alright, so everything you are doing is within your system. You are not taking the hack out anywhere. Alright, and I show you anything you do here, a little, you might, if it's in a real world scenario, it's going to be a little difference, okay, very little minor differences between what you're going to be having or doing here and what you'll be doing in real world. Okay, and now you might ask the question, when can I use it in real world without this VMware thing? Okay, now when you're done with learning your ethical hacking or your hacking when you're done learning it, okay, you will, and you're good at what you do, you might be called by organizations, by companies, and they will tell you, hey, please, can you come and check our systems for us? Can you try to see, we are trying to see whether our systems are fortified, whether they are really secure. So in a way to try to know whether their systems or their network are really secure, they will require a hacker, or an ethical hacker, as you may want to call it, to actually try to hack into their system or hack into their networks. So when that is done, that is what that act of trying to hack into their system after you've been authorized is what we call penetration test. Okay, that's the act of trying to hack into a secure system to know, or to get to know, the vulnerabilities that are present in the systems or in their networks. All right, so that's how you, or that's when you actually start using this knowledge in the real world scenario. But by then you would have been given the authorization, and maybe in most cases you would have signed some documents, okay, that will be a proof that you are actually given an authorization to pen test their systems or their networks. Okay, so that's how you use this in real life. You know, a lot of time people come and ask me questions on this, how can I now use this in real life scenario, and all. So how you use it now is what I just answered. Okay, all you need to do, just get patient. Okay, get patient and learn what you need to learn on your VMware. Okay, then you go ahead and get yourself grounded in the act of hacking. Then you can now seek or wait for someone, or write proposals to companies telling them you can actually pen test their networks or their systems. All right, so this installation will take quite some time, and I hope all these explanations I've given here pertaining to all these what I've been talking about is actually really useful. So in order for us to actually not make this video to be too long, you know, I said initially that I wouldn't want to be pausing. I want you to see everything, okay, but I am telling you now that this is going to take a bit of time. Okay, but while, instead of us leaving this video to be running, okay, I will go ahead and pause, because nothing else is going to happen for now except for the whole installation to happen. So if anything is going to pop up on the screen, okay, while I pause the video, or I'll be watching, if anything is going to pop up on the screen, I will actually unpause, okay, the video, so that you see, and I'll show you and I'll explain to you if need be. right? Thank you, and just hang around. Okay, let's hang around and watch this installation go through. Thank you. Yeah, we see that it still is 23% done now, so we'll still wait. Okay, we'll still wait and see it through. And now it's at 80% now, so it's going. We're still going. We're going. Yeah, we're going. 80%. It's we're almost there. Okay, so that ran out and quickly, and it brought us to this part now. So it's saying using network mirror. Okay, no, we'll go ahead and say no. And let's wait for it. Let's wait for the next thing it to show. We're still waiting. We are still waiting. We're still waiting. Yeah. Installing grub boot loader. So all these ones will not take much time. Before you know it, it will be done. Like, to take much time, like the first installation, that first one that we've been waiting for. So let's wait for the grub boot loader to be installed also. Let's see, it started installing. It's on 16 now. And what was it saying? Sorry, let me put this on silent. So install the boot. Yeah, yes, let's go ahead and say yes. So I'll click on it and I'll say yes. So I'll now press arrow down to go to that directory and I'll press enter. Let's wait for it now to go through with the installation of the grub bootloader. Okay, and like I said, you see, it's not taking that much time like the first main package installation. Yeah, all right. So now it's finishing the installation. So setting users and passwords. You know, the passwords and the users that we set before we supply to the Kali installation before, that's what it's using now to set them up. %. You know, he's running an update. Yeah, so this is actually how you can go about installing your what do we call it, your Kali Linux. Okay, so like I did put on the slide here. This is where we'll start installing. Okay, let's say in VMware, click on file, new virtual machine, which is what we did, like, you know, select typical configuration and choose install that disk image file, that is ISO, you know, then browse and select the Kali Linux ISO file. You know, you remember we did all those. So installation process, follow the installation wizard to set up Kali Linux, which is what we've been doing. Now choose the installation disk, set the host name, create a user account, and complete the installation, which is what we are doing. Now be sure to install the VMware tools after the OS installation is complete. Okay, so let's go back there and check to see what we have there. Okay, it's still at 35%. all right, so let's not be worried, because it's gonna complete before you know it. All right, so it's still at 35, but the way it will happen is when it's going to move, it will move so fast that I might not catch the video, catch it on video recording. All right, so that's why you see I will go off and come back, go off and come out. Like I'll pause the video and return, pause the video and return, in case it will start really speeding up. Yeah, so let me do. Oh, you see what I'm saying? You see what I just said? Now finish the installation. You see that everything just came up too fast. All right, so of course we want to finish the installation. So installation is complete, so it is time. Okay, let me bring out my mouse. It is time to boot into your new system. Make sure to remove the installation media so that you boot into the new system rather than restarting the installation. So it's on continue already, so I will go ahead and press enter. All right, so it's finalizing the whole thing now. All right, so at this point I will not be pausing the video. I don't think so. I'll not be pausing the video for now, and let's see what's gonna happen now. Just watch out. Let's watch out. Yeah, and like we just read, as soon as it just finished, the progress bar gets to the end, it will restart the system, and the system will now boot normally. Right, it will boot normally into the Kali Linux, and then you know that your Kali Linux is actually ready for use. So I think what I would do, I'll still go ahead and pause the video. Okay, so we will wait for this to continue on him to finish up, and we'll now watch how the Kali Linux system or machine will restart. Okay, I paused it again to see whether it will just it will speed up. Okay, but it's still not moving. Okay, all in all you need to do is just be patient. Okay, be patient, and the installation will be concluded. Okay, or be completed. Now the what do we call it, the installation might be faster on your system if your system is faster than mine. All right, so just put that at the back of your mind. Also, it might be faster on your system if your system is higher. That's the configuration, the power, the processor of your system is higher than mine, so it can actually be faster when you have such systems. Okay, so I will go ahead and pause the video again and wait for it to start moving or to start rebooting. It just shot from that 61 or so to to 80 something and then 100. All right, so the system is rebooting now. Yeah, finally we've done it. So let's wait for the system to finish rebooting. Let's go ahead and click I finished installing. Yeah, let's wait for it. Oh yeah, it's coming up. Okay, so now it's going to present to us the form to enter our username and password. So if I remember very well, our username is John, right? John, and the password also is John. All right, So let's not forget. Okay, so while if you are installing yours, try as much as you can not to forget the password and the username with which you set your Kali Linux, okay, because you will need it to log into your Kali Linux. So let's hold on and wait for the Kali Linux machine to finish booting. Then we'll know that we are really done with the installation. Yeah, I was going to actually pause, but it now left that place. Okay, so let's be patient a bit. Let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen. Everywhere it's just blank, the whole screen is blank, but I know it's going to come up with something, okay, because it's working at the background. I am sure of that. Okay, I'm sure of that. So let's wait for the booting process to be done, then we continue from there. Okay. Now this is where we'll enter our username and password. So like I said, John, and also John. You see that you press enter or you press you click on the login button, and now this is our Kali Linux. It's a quite interesting journey from where we started from, and I can see it's 46 minutes and it's counting. So this is quite awesome. Let's see whether if I click on this, okay, what's the last one? If I click on this, alright, let's click on it again. So that's actually our Kali Linux. Okay, though it's still coming up, so this is how you actually install, the steps you follow to install your Kali Linux. Okay, and I'm not going to go ahead with saying anything on the Kali Linux that we are saying here. I'm not going to do anything more than what we've done already, because the video is even quite long already. But what I'm going to be doing now is, we are here already, and I will click on this very button, and you see that it has options here. Okay, and these are things that you use as a hacker. Alright, this is our ethical hacker, anyhow you want to call it. This is what we're going to be using. These are tools that we're going to be using. Now I'm not going to go on with here the throwing more light on this very environment, Kali Linux environment, because on the CyberWatch Ethical Hacking Academy, we have the module 1 and the module 2 really does justice to explaining and introducing us to this environment, to the Kali Linux environment. I'll say module 1 really actually does justice to that. And also when you continue in the module, you'll see that you'll see more, we'll be delving into more acts of ethical hacking. Okay, and you see real hands-on in those videos, in those tutorials. Okay, I will urge you all to actually go ahead and check those videos out. Okay, and also I want us to actually do me well by subscribing to this channel. If you like the content, the step-by-step, the patience we have with ourselves, okay, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and actually share this video to your colleagues, your friends, and also go ahead to give me a thumbs up. Okay, just the button below this video, you see a like button, just give me a thumbs up there. Okay, and I also want to hear from you. Go to the comment section below and drop your questions, drop your comment. If you like this video, if you want more of this video, or any video you want me to make for you, just go there and drop it there. I will be more than happy to come up with those videos. I'll be more than happy to respond to you. I'll be more than happy to talk with you. Okay, and if you really want us to book a one-on-one session, go to the comment section. Please just drop the comment there that you want to book a one-on-one session with me. All right, and I will just be available for you to meet your desire, to answer your curiosity, or to feed your curiosity. Thank you very much. But before we round up, I finish this very tutorial. If you want to now shut down from this environment, you go to this button top right, you click on it, you see that it will come up with this very thing. You have logout, you have restart, shut down, suspend, hibernate, hybrid sleep, and switch user. Like I said, I'm not going to say anything on this thing. So but if you want to shut down, you go to this button here and click on shut down. All right, so like every other system, like Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 8, to go ahead and shut the Kali Linux machine down, and which is just what has happened now. Okay, so when it's done shutting down, it will bring us back to the VMware workstation homepage. So what's it saying? To collect data, exception, whatever error that happens. So let's just click close. Okay, let's click close and see to it that everything has been shut down properly. So like I was saying, when it's shut down, it will take us back to yes, to this very place. Okay, so it means the system has already been shut down. All right, so I want to thank you very much for staying with me this far. Like I said, do not forget to give me a like or a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to press the bell icon so you can actually know when next I'll post the next video. Do not also forget to comment. I would really love to hear from you. Thank you very much, and see you in another video. Bye.